Good morning, students. Today we are going to a new class, that is structure of heart and the circulation of heart, circulation of blood. So blood circulation and the heart, the structure we have to study. I have drawn the figure on the board. Please go through the different parts of the circulatory system. Today we are going to start with the circulatory system. This is for BSc Nursing first year student, GNM first year student, Health second year student, then Laboratory Technology DMLT second year students. So for 4 courses the cardiovascular system is there, and for BSc 1, GNM 1, DHI 2, DMLT 2. So for 4 courses this cardiovascular system is present in the syllabus. Hence I am explaining this one once again, because it has been left for the DMLT and DHI students. Now we are giving the complete information to all the classes. The students should be attentive. Today I am going to start with the circulatory system, the structure of the heart and the movement of the blood. The circulatory system is also called the blood vascular system or cardiovascular system. The main transport system of the body is the blood circulation. It consists of blood, heart and blood vessels. So the blood should move from place to place. For that purpose it should need the channels. They are called as arteries and veins. And the blood should be pumped to different parts of the body, and it has to be taken back to the heart again. And for this purpose a pumping station is needed. Heart is a specialized pumping station or the organ which pumps the blood to different parts of the body. Blood is also having different kinds of cells in it. It absorbs the oxygen and supplies to all the parts of the body. It absorbs the carbon dioxide and the waste from the different parts of the body and brings back to the lungs for expulsion. So today we are going to study about the circulatory system, that is the structure of heart. Now the heart figure I have drawn on the board. You can see the model also here. You can see the model which is present here. The first one is the ventricle, that is the left ventricle, and this is the right ventricle, downward one. The second is auricle, that is the left auricle, and this is the right auricle. Now there are different blood vessels coming out from the heart. The main 2 blood vessels, the major trunks, they are called as major trunks. So these major trunks are aorta and pulmonary trunk. The pulmonary trunk and the aorta. These are the 2 very important vessels which come out from the heart. Today this is the model. These are the 2 blood vessels. These are the pulmonary veins, auricles and ventricles. So this apart from this, the figure on the board is clear to understand. Now the heart is made up of 4 chambers. 4 chambers are there in the heart. The 2 auricles and the 2 ventricles. The left auricle and the left ventricle, right auricle and the right ventricle. The above two chambers are called auricles or atrium. The lower two chambers are called ventricles. They are right and left. If you start drawing the figure with your with your hand, right hand, that becomes the left side. You must remember this. I have already told in the class. This is the left side, left auricle, left ventricle. The right hand, the figure goes like this. It means if you take the figure like this, then this is left side, this is right side. So left auricle, right auricle. So left auricle, right auricle, and the two ventricles, left ventricle and right ventricle. All the chambers of the heart, there are four chambers already I told. These four chambers of the heart are completely divided. They are completely separated with each other. There are septums present in the auricles. The intra-auricular septum, this is intra-auricular septum which separates the two auricles, separated. They are completely separated. No mixing of blood takes place here. The right auricle blood moves in the left ventricle only, not in the right ventricle, because there is a septum. There is a partition wall which is called as interventricular septum. This is interauricular septum. The auricles are divided into two chambers by interauricular septum. The ventricles are divided into two chambers, interventricular septum. So these four chambers are completely separated. In the primitive animals, the ventricles are not completely separated, partially separated. So the blood mixes here in the ventricles. Whereas in human beings, the very well developed heart is there, which is of four chambers, separated four chambers, completely separate. The two chambers of auricles are separated by interauricular septum and ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. Like this, there is no mixing of blood. The deoxygenated and the oxygenated blood are not mixed. The venous blood and the pure blood is not mixed here. The blood is separated and pumped to different parts of the body. So this is about the heart, the structure of the heart. Now the mechanism of heart is like this. The left side of the heart receives the pulmonary veins which bring the oxygenated blood The pulmonary veins, they come from the lungs, and in the lungs the purification takes place, and the purified blood or the oxygenated blood or the blood rich with oxygen is taken up by the pulmonary veins to the left auricle, and it is poured in the left auricle. Meanwhile, the left auricle, when it is contracted, it is pushed into the left ventricle. When it is contracted, the blood from the left auricle moves into the left ventricle. When the ventricle is contracted, the blood is pushed in the aorta. When it is contracted, this wall will be closed. This wall is closed and the blood will not enter the auricle again, whereas this wall is opened, that is semilunar walls or the bicuspid walls are there, which open and the blood moves in this aorta. And this aorta takes the blood and takes a turn, U-shaped turn, it takes downwards. The aorta ascends up and takes a turn and moves back of the heart and comes here. and goes to different parts of the body. Different parts of the body, supplying the oxygenated blood to the different parts up till the leg region or the foot region. To all parts of the body, downward section, this takes a turn and comes down and supplies the oxygenated blood. Whereas the left subclavian comes to the left hand and the right subclavian, this is right subclavian, right subclavian, which takes the blood to the limb region, four limb region. So right and left subclavian takes the blood to the forearm, whereas the carotid artery, the artery arising from the aorta, that is central one, that is carotid, which goes to the brain and supplies the blood to the anterior part, that is the neck, head region and the brain. So to the anterior part of the body, the carotid artery supplies the blood. The left and right subclavian arteries supply the blood to the forearms, backside and hands, everywhere. That is the anterior side. And the aorta, which takes a turn downwards, supplies the blood on its way. It supplies the blood, oxygenated blood, to different parts of the body. Now, in the tissues or in the cells, the gaseous exchange takes place. That is, the oxygen is taken inside, carbon dioxide is given out in the blood. When the carbon dioxide and the nitrogenous waste come in the blood becomes the venous. This venous blood should be collected and brought back to the heart again, because it has to be pumped to the lungs for purification. During respiration, the oxygen, the air is taken inside the lungs, that is inspiration, and in the inspiration, the oxygen is taken along with the air into the alveoli of the lungs, wherein the blood capillaries are there, and this blood, the gaseous exchange again there takes place. The oxygen is given out to the blood of the capillaries. Then the carbon dioxide is given out in the lung region, that is alveoli, and from there it goes out by expiration. So that is about respiration. When I will take the respiration part, I will explain everything. So for the purification of the blood should be collected and brought to the lungs, heart, for the pumping purpose. Now, the posterior portion, in the posterior portion of the body, the blood, the deoxygenated blood or the venous blood is collected by the inferior vena cava. This goes downwards like this only, giving the branches to all the parts of the body, from where it collects the venous blood, and that venous blood comes upward and it comes through the inferior vena cava to the right auricle. It opens here. This is the opening of the inferior vena cava. And from the anterior part, the blood is collected by the superior vena cava and brought to the heart. It opens here. So the blood from the head region, then shoulder region, back region, from all the parts, anterior parts of the body is collected by the superior, that is the superior vena cava, and it is brought to the right auricle. Whereas the inferior vena cava brings the venous blood from the posterior side to the heart, that is the right auricle. They both open in the right auricle. When the right auricle is contracted, then the blood moves in the right ventricle. That is the venous blood. It has to be taken to the lungs for purification. So when the contraction of ventricle takes place, the blood from the right ventricle moves into the pulmonary trunk, pulmonary trunk. This is the pulmonary trunk, main trunk. That is the main blood, main vein. That is the main vein arising from the heart. The two blood vessels which arise from the heart are pulmonary trunk and the aorta. So the blood from the right ventricle enters in the pulmonary trunk and goes to the lungs here. Left pulmonary artery and right pulmonary artery. These blood vessels which carry the venous blood for purification to lungs are called arteries. It is an exceptional case here. Usually the blood vessels which carry the deoxygenated blood are called veins, and the pure blood supply is through arteries. Here the venous blood of the heart, when it is first pumped from the ventricle, pushes into the pulmonary trunk and divides into two parts, left pulmonary artery and the right pulmonary artery. So these arteries, they take the venous blood to the lungs, right and left lungs. They will go to the lungs there and they will take the venous blood for purification. Now, the oxygenated blood is brought by the pulmonary veins. I have already told. See, this is a vein, but it brings the oxygenated blood. This is also exception here. In the heart, the vessels are arteries and veins. They are exceptional here. The main trunk is venous, that is the pulmonary trunk, and the right and left arteries which supply the venous blood for purification to the lungs. And from the lungs, the purified blood or the oxygenated blood is brought by pulmonary veins, not the arteries, veins. This is an exception here. There are 4 veins, 2 from each lung, right lung and the left lung. 2. All these 4 pulmonary veins, they open in the left auricle. They bring the oxygenated blood. The blood is purified in the lungs, and that purified blood is brought by the pulmonary veins to the left auricle and poured inside. So this is a circulation of the blood. This is the work of the blood. So these left and right auricle, when they contract, the blood is poured inside the ventricles, and the ventricle, when it is contracted, the oxygenated blood moves in the aorta, the deoxygenated blood moves in the pulmonary trunk, and this blood goes to the purification, and this blood supplies to different parts of the body for release of energy, for release of oxygen to the different cells, and it collects the carbon dioxide and the nitrogenous waste from the cells and becomes the deoxygenated or impure blood or venous blood, and this blood is brought by the superior and inferior vena cava to the right auricle, to the heart for pumping again. So this is the circulation method. Now we are going to study about the different types of circulations. So this is about the heart, and the figure I have, simplified figure I have given. So you must be very careful to draw this one, and in the examination you have to draw the figure and give the explanations. The 4 chambers: pulmonary trunk, aorta, pulmonary veins, left ventricle, right auricle, left auricle, septums, then semilunar and tricuspid valve. So the importance of the valves is nothing but when the blood is pushed inside this, these valves are closed back. The backward flow of the blood is stopped here and it is moved out here, moves above, and the semilunar wall, when they open, the blood moves, and after the movement of the blood, again they will be closed. They will close their windows so that the backward flow of the blood is stopped, or the backward blood movement is completely stopped here. Likewise, in the aorta also, semilunar valves are there, bicuspid valves are there. So you must be very careful to draw the figures. So this is about the structure of the heart. Now we are going to study about the different types of circulations, or the circulation of the blood, which is very important. The circulation of the blood is very important, and it is divided into different types depending on the flow of the blood. So I have already told you that the blood is pumped from the heart for circulation. The blood is pumped from the heart, or the heart is the pumping station, main pumping station in the circulatory system, which pumps the blood to the different parts of the body. So the blood is moved throughout the body. The movement of the blood is by the pumping nature of the heart through the blood vessels. It is not open. Through the blood channels or the blood vessels, the blood moves to the different parts of the body. Depending upon the course of the blood circulation, depending upon course of blood circulation, it can be divided into 4 types. The first one is systemic circulation. The second one is pulmonary circulation. The third one is coronary circulation. The fourth one is portal circulation. So there are 4 types of circulation of blood we can see in the human body. In the human body, there are 4 types of circulations depending upon the course of blood circulation in the veins and the arteries. Depending on that, they are divided into 4 types, that is systemic circulation, pulmonary circulation, coronary circulation, and portal circulation. These are very important types. In the examination, they will ask, write down the coronary circulation method, or describe the coronary circulation, or describe the systemic circulation, enumerate the pulmonary circulation in the human body, or give the portal system circulation, or explain it. Like that you will give. So there are 4 types of circulations in our body depending on the course of the blood flow or the blood circulation. So this is all about the blood circulation. Tomorrow we will go through each one, systemic one, pulmonary one, coronary and portal. Different types I will explain in the next class. Thank you.